Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, calling in today is Governor DeSantis from the great state of Florida, and I call it a great state because all New Yorkers are headed that direction. Well, Governor, thank you for calling in this Wednesday evening, and tell us, Florida's doing great. Give us an update. What's going on in Florida, and how much do you think you're going to grow in the next, year or two?
Well, it's good to be with you. I'll just give you, so just in the last few weeks, we've done a number of things. One, we passed the new redistricting map. You remember Hakeem Jeffries, who you know very well from New York City, threatened Florida. He said, F around and find out all this stuff. We turned around and passed the map 2 days later, and that's done. We also just recently signed legislation to provide for the decertification of partisan teachers unions. And I look at places like New York and California, they're run by the teachers union, and it's a liberal interest group. And in Florida, we're doing the opposite on that. Today, I just did a press conference to announce that our most recent statistics, Florida has had a 48% reduction in fentanyl-related overdoses. Part of that is because we've been strong on immigration. Part of it's because we work with law enforcement. On and on it goes. Now our legislature is doing the budget. And although I expect to be able to add to this statistic, I can tell you if you look at all the debt that Florida's accumulated in its entire 181-year history as a state, just since I've been governor, we've paid off over half of it and will likely continue to do more going forward. And then once they do the budget, we'll do a special session on our property tax initiative to have your homestead property exempt, which will be really revolutionary, but it's been a long time coming. So we're all systems go. We're getting the job done. Obviously, people have responded and have moved from across the country, but it's not even about that. It's just about doing the right thing for the right reasons.
Well, certainly people are attracted to Texas right now and Florida right now, and those are the two big spots for all the blue states up north. And you talk about education is very important to all New Yorkers, all Floridians, all Americans. The New York City budget, just New York City alone, is $127 billion for 8.5 million people. And the Florida budget for the whole state is only $119 billion, I think, for 24 million people, almost 24 million people. And education, by the way, education is $46 billion of the 127.
Wow. And ours is even a little less than that. And it'll probably be even less next year. So one, we're spending less in this fiscal year than we did the year before. And we spent less last year than we did the year before that. So how many places are actually not just being fiscally responsible, but actually reducing spending? But guess what? We have universal school choice. What has that done? It's give parents a meaningful opportunity to leave a failing school. They have charter options, private options, homeschool options, within the district options. We've got 1.6 million students on various forms of school choice. That is not what the teachers unions want. They fight that in California. They fight that in New York. And that's been very important. But get this, our higher education public system has been ranked #1 by U.S. News and World Report for public higher education every year since I've been governor, and we have not raised tuition. Well, we have not let them raise tuition by 1 cent for in-state students since I've been governor. So we have the lowest college tuition for our public universities in the country. It's about $6,300 a year. You can't even get a private elementary school for $6,300, and yet you can go to public universities, including the University of Florida, which is one of the top 5 publics in America. So a lot of this boils down to what are your principles, your values, who you're fighting for, leadership, and getting it done. And unfortunately, when you got people like Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, who let the Palisades burn. You got Mindami in New York, who's trying to chase out people like Ken Griffin. You are not going to get good results when you have that poor leadership.
I heard Ken Griffin is headed for Miami. I don't know what you heard, but Governor, thank you for calling in on a Wednesday evening in New York. God bless you. God bless America. And hopefully we'll talk again. Maybe we'll talk again on Sunday. Thank you so much.
There we go. Let's do it.
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.